Another person that was very important in my life is Walter Dodds. I was very fortunate. Walter Dodds gave me an opportunity to grow. But Walter gave me sage advice a long time ago. He got me involved in heading up our governmental relations firm here at First Hawaiian Bank, and then I did stuff in Washington, D.C. with the American Banking Association. So a lot of the changes that are having to occur with the banking industry, I was involved in all of that legislation. And I remember him taking to my first meeting in Washington, D.C., and we get into the room, and this is where education is just critically important. And I get into this room, and he's sitting there, and we're just all the heads of banks and guys that have owned their banks for generations. We're sitting in this room in the Mayflower Hotel, American Banking Association's leader, the head of the FDIC, all the people you read about, they're in the room. And Walter and I leave the meeting, and he said, "Corbett, did you notice anything?" I said, "No." He said, "You're the only person of color in that whole room." And there are two reasons for me when I reflect back on why that never even entered my mind. The first was I grew up in Hawaii. We don't think that way. We don't feel that way. The other part was I was educated. I had an education, and I could stand toe-to-toe or above anybody in that room. And that's because of my education and because I had a mentor like Walter Dodds. Well, one thing that Walter used to tell me all the time is that there are two career paths for all of us. Two career paths that we have to take, and this is applicable to you folks. One is a career that you're going to pursue. The other is a career in the community. And you cannot be successful in one without the other. I'll tell you why the career in the community is critically important for everybody. One, it's the right thing to do. The other thing is when you get out there, you learn through caring for people how important it is to put your best foot forward in whatever vocation you get into. But you got to remember that you got two career paths. You cannot pursue your professional career without at the same time thinking about what am I going to do for my community? What am I going to do to help my community be better? You know, that's our kuleana as people as we go through. The last person that was very influential in my life is my brother, Sai. My brother, Sai, was he's number 3. His name is Sai Eres Kaholu Akea Kalama. He could run faster than the wind. He went to Kamehameha. He could hit a ball farther than you see guys hit balls today. He spoke fluent French. He used to go down and greet the French golfers. He was at Kamehameha. Sai, at a very young, when he was a junior in high school, he had a baby. So priorities changed. Sai never got to go to college. Sai never got to go to college. And my sophomore year, I never forget this, I was tired of college. I wanted to come home. I was in Oregon. I talked to you about how beautiful that place was in September. But from October till March, it is different. So my sophomore year, I was tired. I said, I want to come home. So, and I knew my parents we had no money to do that. I wanted to come home, and I remember my brother sending me on a piece of wood, and I kept it today. I keep it in my office. I had it at home for years, and it was a collage. And in the collage, there were 2 pictures of clouds, and there were seagulls flying in the clouds. There was also a picture of the Parthenon in Greece. There's also a picture of Stonehenge. At the bottom, there was a young baby trying to climb up sand. And you know how difficult that is as we reflect back. But in the center of this collage was this statement: let anyone who quits striving for excellence move over for those who will not. Let anyone who quits striving for excellence move over for those who will not. And when you look at the founders of this foundation, Mamoru and Aiko Takitani, he strove for excellence. He never stopped. He had a career path that not only helped him pursue his dreams and do things that were impossible and that people had never even thought of, but at the same time, he worked for you. So in closing, I just ask you folks, I've shared my story with you. What will your story be? What will your story be? Mahalo. Take care. Congratulations.